Hey everybody, tonight we're going to be talking about a nice little inexpensive slider in stainless steel and PEI from a company called SPYSTAR or STG Star. It says STG Star on the side here, but they advertise as SPYSTAR, and these are pretty darn nice for the price. So yeah, please stick around. We'll take a quick look at them. There's nothing too special. They're a lot like everything else, but we'll take a close look at them and let you decide what you think. Please stick around. So I found these on AliExpress. I forget which store they were at, but that will be a link in the comments, pinned in the comments and in the description. Non-affiliated, so I'm not making any money from these or anything, or from that store. But it was a very cheap price. These were $20 and $25 roughly, and that I think is about the best you can do for one of these mechanical sliders, especially because these are machined and like I said, stainless steel. It's got sort of a blasted finish. It's very smooth. This texture on top and bottom really helps for gripping. The PEI one, it's very light. I do not have the boxes these came with. Got lost in the shuffle there. These got put on the back shelf for a little while for some reason. And but I believe they came in a little plastic. All their stuff, there's a few things that come from this company, and they seem to ship in little plastic boxes. And I remember these did come with some spare parts. So for $20 and $25, not too bad. You know, the next step up would be, I would recommend something like these, the DJG, what's it called? Darn it. Anyhow, stainless steel, this was around $30, this was around $25. The prices of these have gone up, and it's hard to find this at all in PEI. But you can find this still in stainless steel and in titanium for maybe $10 more than whatever the stainless steel price is. But the benefit with this one is the stainless steel and titanium one have two sets of tracks. Right now I have this one set up on the outside. You get 4 clicks in both directions, and I think when you put it on the more dense tracks, you get something like 8. This one does not have the option of the outside tracks. So, but still, I would have recommended these as saying like this is your best option for the price. And I would say no, you know, best option for the price is probably these. They're both made really well. They come with some extra parts, like I said. I don't think many. I think it was these both have the glass balls and springs in them, but I don't recall if it came with any different spring strengths or any different ball types. But we'll take this one apart and we'll measure the balls in there. I think they're 3 millimeters, so you could interchange those with anything from the rest of your collection, would be my advice. Okay, well, let's get some things out of the way, like comparisons. We've already gotten these two things out. Let's do that. DJG. I guess I would hold it like this next, right? And this one has a nice lanyard hole attachment. This does not. Okay, let's try these two. Okay, lastly, I won't do too many for this one tonight. These are two that people often have the Mackie CP3. Guess we'll just do it like this. Okay, and the Metal Toys Top B slider. Metal Toys DZ Top B slider. Okay, I just like to do that because then, you know, a lot of people have this one or that one, and makes for a good size comparison. All right, let's do weights and measurements next. Okay, let's do this. PEI, about 17 grams. Stainless steel, about 79 grams. Now, let's try this, DJG. Very close. This was 79 grams, this is about 81. Again, this was about 17 grams. The DJG version, about 19 grams. So the DJGs were a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier. And measurement-wise, now these are exactly the same, so I'm not going to measure both. See, closed, I'm getting 45 millimeters, 25 millimeters, 12 millimeters. In the extended mode, 63 millimeters. Give you a little bit of a sampling here. Very nice texture. That's one of the better exterior textures I've seen on a slider. You do have that little laser engraving, but like I said, STG, STAR. There is no engraving on the PEI version. This was also available in a painted black stainless steel version, but that also seems to be hard to get right now. Right now there's glass balls in both of these and springs. I don't know what size their value the springs are, but the stainless steel one, pretty good. The dense stainless steel absorbs a lot of the sound. I don't like them to be too noisy. When they are, I'll tend to put in the POM, 3mm POM plastic white balls rather than glass balls or ceramic balls, because, or stainless steel, because those just accentuate the noise. So, you know what? I think we'll put in the, no, we'll work on this one. Let's take it apart. All right, I'm just going to be using an 5/64, I'm sorry, Allen head bit. It's probably metric, but this one fits just well enough. Let's get the dust out of the way. Turn this down a hair. Made it go away altogether. Okay. Come on. Doesn't matter. We'll just lift that off. Then we'll get it out. There we go. Now I was going to say, why don't we go ahead and put in some POM balls in this? That's what I hesitated with just a moment ago. We're going to go ahead and do that. These are both pretty ordinary. There's not much to talk about, so at least we can go through the process of changing the balls out and see how different that is. That was fairly loud. The way it was. There, I've gotten the springs and balls are stuck in this one now. Oh, there's a spring. Okay, and the balls, there we go, there's the balls. We'll just put these out of the way for right now. You know, these look a little bit larger than 3 millimeters. We're going to have to measure those. If they are 4 millimeters, I have balls, POM balls in 4 millimeters. But you see, standard construction, got detents. You've got your 2 limiting screws that run down these grooves on the outside. That stops it from sliding the whole way off. And then a place to put your springs and balls in the middle. This part is Teflon, nice and soft and slippery. And the rest is metal. So, let's go ahead and measure one of these balls. Okay, I'm getting about 3.5. I want to say these look a little bit smaller. Definitely smaller. That's interesting. These are right at 3 millimeters. So I'm going to leave these glass balls at 3 millimeters. See if I can put that back on there. Nope. And I'm just going to get the 3 millimeter POM balls. Whoops. Boy, I'm making a mess of this. We'll get the 3 millimeter POM balls and put them on this one. That is, these are like 3.5, 4 millimeter. They're not 3 millimeters. All right, let me get some POM balls. Okay, here we got some nice 3 millimeter POM balls. And we will be putting those on here. Should be a significant change. You know what, while we have this apart, I did bring over my good set of digital calipers here. Okay, let's just test these once. Right at 3 millimeter, 2.99, thereabouts. And these oddballs are about 3.5. So that's kind of unusual. I was expecting maybe 4 millimeters, not 3.5. That's fine. You know what? While we're here, let's check how the spring wire diameter is. That's a pretty stiff spring. Now I know that it's probably 5 millimeters by. It's 5 millimeters by 3 millimeters, roughly speaking. And then what matters is the wire diameter itself. You need a good set of digital calipers that are accurate to get that. So that's, the wire diameter is about 0.35. That's pretty thick. Your softer springs are usually 0.25 or 0.20. So that's a pretty stiff spring. Let's check the springs on this. That feels just a little bit softer. I know the overall outside dimensions are the same, but is the wire dimension the same? I could be leaning a little under 30. These feel just a little bit softer. Hard to say. Wish I could remember what it came with. I don't think it came with many options though. So let's get back to putting these guys back together again. All you have to do, make sure that these 2 holes line up with your springs and balls. Drop this straight down on top of it. Oh. Whoops, I knocked over a spring. All right, let's try this again. There we go. already tell it's going to be softer. There we go. Don't ever force anything. You might be cross-threading, and if you have to force it too much, you might be cross-threading and you might be ruining it. Okay. Now I think that is significantly quieter than it was before. And that is what I prefer. Okay. And although I didn't mention it, I don't think, did I bring it over with me? Well, I don't see it anywhere. There are the two screws, the limiting screws right here. And if you need to adjust those, you can use a little a Torx wrench, and I'll be right back. So yeah, if you need to adjust these limiting screws, you can use a T6. T6 will fit in there. Although I think they've already been thread locked, because those are pretty tight. They don't need to be adjusted. It won't be a problem if you notice some kind of interference. It would be rubbing against these two grooves here. So let's put this one back together and call it a night. Okay. If you can hear the rainy highway outside there, the road outside. We're having a winter storm warning tonight. That does not feel right. Let's try the other side. Oops. Yeah, I think we're under a winter storm warning right now. Is that on there good? It's on there. Good. To see how things look in the morning. Tomorrow will be Sunday morning. Yeah, I'd probably leave that the way it is. I wouldn't bother making it any quieter with the POM balls. This one, yeah, I prefer. I could get pretty loud with the glass balls in it. Yep, that's it. I think that's all there is to say about it. Good bargain. 20, 25. PEI, stainless steel, both machined. Interchangeable parts. I've had these taken apart and actually put them back together again with the different tops and bottoms. If you wanted to do that, you can. Unlike the last PEI one I reviewed, these are manufactured really well. So the top will spin around. Like I said, the parts are interchangeable between the two different materials. So, yep, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.